So Android 5.0 Lollipop has just started coming to India. It's on all the Nexus devices right now and will be on the Motorola and LG devices in India as well. Lollipop is touted as the biggest update to the OS till date, and the reason for that is the number of new features that Google is bringing. This includes your material design, the notifications on your lock screen, your new drop-down notification bar, the multitasking screen, app control, privacy settings, lots of other things. What we're going to do right now is give you an overview of Android Lollipop along with some things that it has taken away as well. So one of the first features in Lollipop is of course material design. Everything is flatter on this UI. The new UI shows you flatter icons for your Google Play and your Play Music, things like that. So that is the overall material design. You have your new buttons, the multitasking screen, the home button, the back button, they're all different. You also have the new notifications panel, which basically you swipe once and it shows you notifications, and it's a transparent panel which lets you still see your home screen. You can swipe down again for your quick settings. And the difference here also is that, like before, you can just use your two fingers to swipe down and get directly to the quick settings. Just swipe down longer, that is. So another feature that you may want to know here is the priority mode, which basically allows only apps that you want to send you notifications. The others will not. You just press the lock screen, the volume rocker, and it shows you three options: the all, priority and none options. You can choose priority and you can choose how long to set it for, and only the apps that you have chosen will show you notifications. The problem here though is that Google has for some reason removed the silent option from Android. Even though priority is a very useful option, that does not mean that users will not want their phone to go silent completely. In addition to priority mode, the added privacy comes from the fact that you can choose apps and give them notification access, because since the new Android version has lock screen notifications, so all your apps will notify you directly on the lock screen. So if you want any app to not show you notifications on the lock screen, you can just choose them here from interruptions, which sets you based on priority, and also from the app notifications menu, where you can choose a particular app and give it the block or priority privilege. The new multitasking screen is designed basically on the Chrome tabs that you had to use earlier. The good thing here is that the top app, you'll always have a pin option. So if you're giving your phone to somebody and you want them only to look at the app that you're showing them, the screen that you're showing them, you can simply press pin and the app will be pinning. You of course have to go into settings and switch on screen pinning first, but this is a very useful feature, to be honest. And the multitasking screen also comes with an added thing that if you're using Chrome, all your tabs will show up in the multitasking screen only, and you can just go between apps. It shows more content now than before. It's much easier to go through apps. A very common question is how to go into the app info from here. What you basically have to do is tap on an app's icon here in the multitasking screen and you will go into app info. Next is the battery saver mode. For the battery saver, this is the first time Google is including it. Earlier OEMs used to include it into their various UIs. You can tap the battery option from settings, and as you can see, the battery menu shows up. Here you can press on these three dots at the top and you get the battery saver option. You have the option to turn it on yourself or put it to automatically turn it on when your phone is at 15 or 5% battery. What this basically does is it turns your phone into a very laggy, it cuts off data connection, and also you will get notifications from apps only when you open them. So basically that's how it saves battery. Of course it trades off on the performance, but it does make the phone last longer than before. A very important feature of Android Lollipop is the adaptive brightness option. What this does is it adapts your screen's brightness based on how much light is around you, which Google says will save battery, and in our tests we have seen that it does save battery a little bit. The reason adaptive brightness is so important is because adaptive brightness will be a part of every Lollipop phone. While another feature, ambient display, which is basically the same as Motorola's active display, that will depend on your hardware. So that's it about the overview. There are of course more features which we'll keep telling you as new devices come in. So let's focus on what Android Lollipop takes away from KitKat and what you might miss. The first thing that you will see is that pressing the volume control on the side, you don't get the silent option anymore, which we mentioned before as well. This might be a problem for many users. In fact, many have already complained about this, because you might want your phone to go on silent and not just on priority. The second thing that is missing from Lollipop is lock screen widgets. The fact that you get lock screen notifications now, your notifications will show up here, means that you cannot put any lock screen widgets anymore, which again is something that users used to like. They used to add those using various UIs or widgets, things like that, but you can't do that in Android Lollipop anymore. The third thing is the calendar. The calendar app now is much less functional than what it used to be before. In fact, the Android Google Camera app used to be much better earlier. There used to be a month view, which was quite appreciated by many. There used to be various things that you could do with this. Last but not least, Gmail now takes care of all your applications. This is actually a very iOS-like thing to do. Whatever account you have, your Yahoo or Hotmail, all accounts will be managed by Gmail. So the email app that used to be there earlier has been removed. Now whatever accounts you add will be added to your Gmail. You can go into Gmail, you can go into settings, just press on add account and you will add all the accounts to this. Now this could lead to a little bit of clutter, just like it does on iOS's mail app, but then again, once you get used to it, this won't be that big an issue.